Welcome to ABC Interactive English. Hi everyone, my name is Karen.
And my name is Sydney. And today we are going to be continuing our conversation about fun in the sun part B. So yesterday we followed two characters who were, or two kids who were at the beach building a sandcastle, having a nice day. And today I think we're going to be talking a little bit more about swimming and kind of actually getting out there in the water, getting in the ocean. Now, I don't know about you, but while I do love to be a bit of a beach bum and stay on the sand and get a tan and kind of, sip my soda in the sun, I do always love to cool off in the water. I like to swim. I love snorkeling. What about you?
Well, I have to admit that I am not a strong swimmer. I like to dip my feet in the water and enjoy just kind of soaking in the ocean. But I don't like to go when it's like too deep where I can't reach the bottom. I get really, really scared. How about you?
Oh, I'm brave. I am brave. I feel like in another life, I would be a fish of some sort.
Or like a mermaid.
Or a mermaid. Yeah, that's a good one. I'd be a mermaid. Just kind of
I want to be a mermaid too, but I'm scared.
Just call me Ariel.
I love Ariel.
The ocean. I love the beach. I love to swim. Whenever I go snorkeling, I guess I take the more brave route and I choose not to wear a life jacket. But that's because I'm a pretty strong swimmer.
Okay, well, I enjoy snorkeling as well, but every time I go snorkeling, I have to make sure that I do put on my life jacket so I don't drown.
Right, that's true. I know. But yeah, love swimming, love being at the beach, love water sports. And today, I think we're going to, like I said, follow some characters that are going to be having some fun in the sun and also in the water.
Exactly. And remember, guys, safety is always number one.
Absolutely. All right, so we'll get into the lesson right now.
Jake and Grace are at the water's edge.
The water looks so inviting. Let's go swimming.
You can go. I'm rather comfortable right where I am.
Hey, Grace, think fast.
What? You just splashed me. Why did you do that?
So today we are looking at part B of fun in the sun. So in today's dialogue, I think we have two characters who are going to be talking about swimming or enjoying their time in the water, right?
Yeah, I think so. So Jake and Grace are at the water's edge. Okay, now we have our vocabulary word here, the word edge. Now this is a noun. So the word edge just means the point where one thing ends and another begins. So if you're kind of hiking or you're in the mountains, kind of think about what it means to stand on the edge of a cliff on a mountain. If you're at the edge, it means you're kind of right where the mountain ends and right where the open air begins. But in this case, for the edge of the water, maybe they're kind of standing right where the beach and the sand kind of ends, and then they're standing right where the water and the ocean begins.
That's right, and maybe they're thinking about jumping in.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, so we have two characters, Jake and Grace. So I'll be reading for Jake, and I guess you'll be Grace.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jake starts off by saying, the water looks so inviting. Let's go swimming. So when you say the water looks so inviting, it just means that it's like asking you to go in there. It's like invitation. Come on, come in and swim. Exactly. Just another way to express that, it looks so beautiful. It makes me want to go in right away. It's like it's asking me to jump in right away.
All right.
Okay, how about let's go over to Tina first and we will be right back.
Hello, I'm Tina. 今天的对话是 Jake 和 Grace 站在海边。Jake 说海水看起来好宜人啊，他提议去游泳。我们来看看单字 edge 名词，指的就是边缘。The book fell off the edge of the desk. 书本从桌子边缘掉下来。那我们接着回到对话当中。
All right, thank you so much, Tina. Now we are going to continue along with our dialogue. So again, Jake and Grace are kind of right at the water's edge. I think Jake was saying that, oh, the water looks inviting. We should go swimming. Let's go in. And Grace says, you can go. I'm rather comfortable right where I am. Okay, so Grace is like, you know what, Jake, you can go right ahead and go into the inviting water, but I'm quite comfortable right where I am.
So I'm guessing Grace doesn't really want to go in the water, right?
I'm guessing not. I think she's maybe more of like, my dad used to say, people who go to the beach but don't go in the water, he used to call them land lovers. So I think Grace is more of a land lover and not really more of a water person.
Or maybe she could be scared of the water.
Or maybe she's scared, or maybe she just really is nice and cozy and comfortable on the beach.
That's right, because she says, I'm rather comfortable where I am, right? So rather, that's an adverb. So rather means preferring one thing over another, or it can mean somewhat or a little bit. It's used to show like a choice, like saying, I would rather have pizza, or to describe something such as, it is rather cold.
And our other vocab word here, comfortable, is an adjective. So comfortable is when something feels good, you feel safe, or you feel at ease. Sometimes even if something feels cozy. So Grace is like, oh, I'm rather comfortable. I'm pretty comfortable. I feel good. I'm cozy. I'm safe. I'm at ease right where I am.
That's right. And now Jake says, hey, Grace, think fast. Okay, so I guess Jake wants Grace to actually think fast and then make up, her mind.
Yeah, usually when someone says, hey, think fast, if I hear think fast, I'm thinking, someone's going to toss something at me. I have to catch something. I have to use my reflexes in some way.
Exactly.
So Grace says, what? You just splashed me. Why did you do that? Okay, so Jake, it sounds like he kind of splashed Grace to splash, meaning he pushed some water on her and got her wet. And it sounds like Grace was not too happy about that, unfortunately.
Exactly. You don't do that to somebody who's afraid of water, right?
Yeah, right.
But I guess then again, maybe Jake is trying to be a little playful, because sometimes when you're at the beach, you just want to, maybe you don't have to go in the water, but you can get some water on you to kind of cool off, right?
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Okay, let's go over to Tina first, and we will be right back.
Grace 不想去游泳，她觉得待在海边就很舒服了。没想到 Jake 突然向 Grace 泼水。我们来看看单字哦。Rather 副词颇相当。The room is rather small for 5 people. 房间对5个人来说颇小。Comfortable 形容词舒适的。Sam doesn't feel comfortable speaking English with others. Sam 跟别人说英文时感到不自在。文法的部分刚刚提到了 think fast 接招，常用于突然抛出问题啊、做动作啊或挑战等等，需要对方立刻回答或反应的情境哦。举例来说 Hey, think fast. Hey, 接招。Nice throw, I got it. 丢得不错哦，我接到了。那我们赶快回到对话中，看看 Jake 为什么突然泼水吧。
Thank you, Tina. And now we are back. Okay, so from our dialogue so far, we know that Jake and Grace, they were at the beach and they want to think about going in the water. I know that Jake does, but Grace is kind of thinking, I'm rather comfortable where I am. But just then, Jake did something very playful and he splashed her with water.
He splashed her with water. My goodness. Now I'm wondering, do you think Jake splashing Grace with water is going to actually persuade Grace to want to go in, or do you think it's going to make her want to stay right where she is even more?
Well, I don't know. I guess if I were Grace, I would probably be upset and say, hey, I'm not going in the water at all.
I know, right? So Jake, why did you splash her? I know. All right. Well, I guess we have to find out. So we are going to go to the second part of the dialogue and we'll be right back.
You looked hot, so I thought you could use some water.
Really? Well, here's a taste of your own medicine.
Ha! I'm not very wet. Is that all you got?
Now you're asking for it. If it's a water fight you want, a water fight is what you're going to get.
All right, welcome back. So we are going to find out what happens now between Jake and Grace after Jake tried to convince Grace by getting in the water by splashing her, but Grace didn't really take too kindly to that.
That's
so
right.
What does Jake say?
Okay, so now Jake says, you looked hot, so I thought you could use some water. Okay, that's his excuse for splashing Grace. It's like, yeah, I'm just trying to help you here. You know, you look very, very hot. So I thought splashing some water on you can actually cool you off. So you should appreciate that, right?
I guess so, but I don't know. Let's see. Grace says, really? Well, here's a taste of your own medicine. Uh-oh. So with that, I'm assuming maybe she splashed him back with some water. It sounds like something that she would do after saying a taste of your own medicine. But what does that mean to give someone a taste of their own medicine?
So a taste of one's own medicine, that means that someone received the same unpleasant or bad treatment that, you know, you have given them. So this is actually what it means, right? So if Jake splashes Grace, and then now Grace is like, okay, now here's a taste of your own medicine. So she will probably splash him back as well, right?
Exactly. All right.
So an example sentence would be, the bully who makes fun of people was crying when they made fun of him. I guess he got a taste of his own medicine because he made other people feel sad. He probably made others cry. And now when others made fun of him, now he's crying, right?
Yeah, that's a great example. Exactly. Another lesson to, you know, always kind of treat people with respect and treat others how you want to be treated, because you never know. Someone could always give you a taste of your own medicine if you don't treat them very nicely.
Exactly. Okay, well, now it's time to go to Tina, and we will be right back.
Jake 说 Grace 看起来很热，感觉她需要一点水。这个时候 Grace 反击了，她也向 Jake 泼水。我们来看看这里的文法 A taste of one's own medicine 自食恶果 Taste 指的是滋味、体验 Medicine 在这里比喻坏事、不好的行为。举例来说 The bad guy finally got a taste of his own medicine 那个坏人总算自食恶果了。接着我们回到对话当中。
Thank you, Tina. And now we are back. Okay, now let's go back to our dialogue. So now Jake says, I'm not very wet. Is that all you got? This is after Grace splashed him with some water and said, here's a taste of your own medicine. So now Jake says, I'm not very wet. Is that all you got? So I guess he's not afraid of being splashed, right?
Right, I would say so. And one of our vocabulary words here is the word wet, and that is an adjective. And that's pretty simple, right? Wet is the feeling when liquid has touched us or when it's touched something else, right? Like maybe sometimes if you get caught in the rain without an umbrella and it's downpouring, you are going to get soaking wet from the rain. Or maybe if you're in school and you spill some water on your desk is all wet and it feels wet from the water. All right. Okay. Now it sounds like we're on the brink of a water fight. Let's see. Let's see.
I don't know if they're angry though, or maybe they're just having fun.
Maybe they're having some fun. I can't really gauge the tone. Let's see. So Grace says, now you're asking for it. If it's a water fight you want, a water fight is what you're going to get. Okay, so now you're asking for it. It's like, oh, okay, you think you're not that wet? Then I'll show you wet. Then we can actually engage in a water fight if you want. Playful one, I think, you know, playful water fight. Sounds like they're still friends, but sounds like they're going to have a water fight to intentionally kind of get each other wet.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I don't think Grace is actually really angry. So I guess Jake was quite successful engaging this water fight, right? Because he just wanted to be playful at first, trying to get her wet because she didn't really want to go in the water. But now by splashing her, now they're both going to get wet and maybe they're actually having some fun.
Yeah, maybe.
Good idea and good move, Jake.
All right, so we are going to throw it to Tina and we'll be right back.
Jake 说他没有被 Grace 泼得很湿，还笑说你就这点本事吗 ？Grace 说哦，这可是 Jake 自找的哦，既然你想要打水仗，我就奉陪到底。那刚刚这里提到了一个单字哦 wet 形容词湿的。The grass is wet after the rain. 草地在雨后是湿的。文法的部分提到了 ask for it 自找麻烦，这是一个固定用法。比如说 Tom asked for it when he teased the big dog. Tom 自找麻烦，他去逗弄那只大狗。Tease 指的就是戏弄、逗弄。接着我们回到对话当中。
Thank you, Tina. And now we are back. Okay, so from our dialogue, we know that Jake and Grace are actually really having a great time, having fun in the sun. We know that Grace was a little bit scared, to go in the water in the beginning. But after Jake started splashing her, and then she's like, well, here's the taste of your own medicine. And then they started splashing each other, having a water fight.
Yeah, so it sounds like they had a good day. Good beach day. It sounds like even though Grace was really comfortable on the beach, it sounds like she still had some fun, kind of getting a little bit wet with ocean water anyway.
Exactly. So sometimes if you're not a strong swimmer, you can still have fun in the sun, have fun at the beach, even by having a water fight or just dip your feet or soak your body in the water.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we are going to review the dialogue again, and we'll see you tomorrow.
See you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Jake and Grace are at the water's edge.
The water looks so inviting. Let's go swimming.
You can go. I'm rather comfortable right where I am.
Hey, Grace, think fast.
What? You just splashed me! Why did you do that?
You looked hot, so I thought you could use some water.
Really? Well, here's a taste of your own medicine!
Ha! I'm not very wet. Is that all you got?
Now you're asking for it. If it's a water fight you want, a water fight is what you're going to get.
我们来复习一下这一课的重点单词跟文法。单字的部分 edge 名词边缘 rather 副词颇相当 comfortable 形容词舒适的 wet 形容词湿的。接着我们来看文法的部分 think fast 接招 Hey, could you pass me that eraser? Hey, 可以请你把那个橡皮擦递给我吗？ Sure, think fast好啊，接住 A taste of one's own medicine 自食恶果 The bully finally got a taste of his own medicine 那个恶霸总算自食恶果 Ask for it 自找麻烦这是一个固定用法 Mitch asked for it He kept pushing the man to fight Mitch 活该是他一直逼对方动手以上就是这一课的重点单词跟文法，那我们下一课再见喽，拜拜。
Welcome to Which One Fits, the game where we tackle confusing English words.
I can't wait to get started.
Today, we're going to sort out the difference between easy and simple.
Before we dive in, let's go over how the game works.
In Which One Fits, we'll read a sentence with a blank, and you have to choose between easy and simple.
So join us and challenge your English intuition.
All right, here comes your first sentence. The recipe is blank and only has 3 basic steps. Which one fits?
I think it's simple.
Correct. Simple emphasizes that something is straightforward or not complicated. Next one. The math homework was so blank that I finished it in no time. Which one fits?
That should be easy.
Yes, easy means something doesn't take much effort or skill to complete.
Cool. I think I'm getting the hang of this.
All right, let's break it down clearly.
First, easy is an adjective that means something doesn't require much work or know-how. For example, this is an easy exercise that anyone can do.
So, it emphasizes that doing the activity isn't difficult.
Now, simple is also an adjective that can mean easy to understand or do, but it mainly highlights that something is direct, obvious, and not complex. For example, the app features a simple interface with few buttons.
In other words, it focuses on having few steps or parts rather than how hard it is to do.
You can think of it this way. Easy is about doing something without working hard, while simple is about doing it without confusion.
Once you understand that difference, choosing the right word becomes much easier.
And here's the fun part. Both can appear in the same sentence. She found the puzzle easy to solve because of its simple logic.
So while the two words are sometimes interchangeable, understanding the subtle difference helps you use them more precisely.
Right. Now you'll never mix them up again.
Until next time, keep learning.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.